A lot of times I was scared, you know. I scared of somebody coming in, catching me, or scared of snakes. Sometimes, like in the wintertime, I would be cold, very cold. Whatever was in the house that you might could use to warm up with, if it didn't have any stuff on it, like feces or urine, you probably could wrap yourself up in something if you found something. And in the summertime, mosquitoes was infested by mosquitoes, ate up by mosquitoes.
Ronnie Williams never thought he'd end up homeless and all alone. But that's where decades of depression, hard drugs, and alcohol led him. Ronnie's struggles started when he was a child. He grew up in a big family, but never got the attention he longed for.
I believe that I was just a child that was born that nobody cared about. Nobody wanted to be around. I mean, there was no father-son relationship. You know, he didn't say too much unless you had gotten into trouble. Like, my mom always seemed like she was more favorite toward the other kids than me.
Ronnie moved in with his grandparents, but still wound up with the wrong crowd. In high school, he started smoking marijuana and drinking alcohol, even though he didn't like the taste.
I was trying to fit in with the crowd, with the guys. So I guess that was one way of being accepted.
He got hooked on crack in college. Then he joined the military, where he took his drug habit a step further with crack cocaine. He worked odd jobs and ended up having 3 children. As much as Ronnie wanted to come clean and be a responsible father, his addictions dominated his life. It got so bad that he tried to kill himself several times. One suicide attempt stands out.
I'd been on a binge for probably about a week of drinking and using drugs straight. Hadn't ate any food. I'm a father of 3 kids, and I guess I was depressed because I wasn't being the father for them as I look forward to my father being the father to me. It seemed like I was gonna ever come out of it. And I tried by trying to overdose on some pills.
He doubted he'd ever be anything but homeless, drunk, and drugged up. Still, he often remembered what his grandmother had taught him.
A lot of times, my mind would go back on what would she say to me if she'd known I was in this state at this time. And she probably would say, Ronnie, you know, you don't have to live like this. I didn't raise you to be like this. Think about what I've told you from a child growing up. Get up, dust yourself off, find God.
He had asked God for help through the years and had even gone to rehab, but he'd never been willing to really give up his lifestyle. But then, his father died.
I didn't want my father to see me to die before he saw me change my life. But I recall when he was laying in the hospital right before he passed, and I didn't get a chance to go up there and talk to him because I was too busy using alcohol and drugs.
Ronnie says he felt like a failure, and he beat himself up about this for quite a while, but finally got to a place of surrender.
I got tired of living on the streets. I got tired of living in abandoned houses. But I wanted something better in life.
He swallowed his pride and returned home to his mother's house. She suggested he go back to rehab, but Ronnie had another plan.
I said, no, I'm gonna give it all to God this time. And I recall walking into the backyard of my mom's house, and I said, Lord, please help me. I am tired. And I began to cry profusely. It's just like a floodgate had opened up. I not only cried out for him just to help me, I wanted him to be my Lord and Savior because I knew that he would be my Lord and Savior if I asked. And all of a sudden, the wind started to blow. A big gust of wind blew, as if though God was answering me and telling me he heard me.
Ronnie read the Bible for 2 weeks straight And despite temptation, he never drank or took drugs again. He found a church, later married, and was reconciled with his children. Today, Ronnie has peace. He's let go of offenses from the past, as well as his own failures, and he's chosen to trust God instead.
He showed me that I was loved, and he showed me that he was the one that loved me, that he was more closer to me than a brother or mother or a father, that he would be there no matter what. He let me stop putting expectations on myself, because he told me that if I kept putting expectations on myself, then if I didn't meet those expectations, that's why I failed at. But it was by his grace and his mercy is the reason why I'm still here. I owe nothing but to nobody but to the Lord. He took me from feeling hopeless to feeling hope, to feeling proud, to being somebody.